Akim, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to you, brethren, doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in truth, faith, and sincerity. Now, this is Brother Tyler Pop back again with another GMS jab to Satan's chin, and I'm going to title this one, You Can't Fight the Devil on His Level. And with that being said, I'm going to go to the book of Exodus, chapter 17, and I'm going to start at verse 8. All right, so it says, Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, Choose out men and go out, fight with Amalek tomorrow. I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God, or Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in mine hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill, and it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. So, and that's what I'm going to speak from these passages. The first thing that you have to understand that's very important, the rod of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the same thing that we have in these last days, and that's not just this Bible, but the doctrine of truth that the Bible is about. That doctrine of truth in these last days is our rod of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because that rod that Moses was holding up represented Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior. And as you notice, every time Moses held that rod up, Israel would prevail and win and get victory over their opponents. But, you know, when Moses got tired, let his hand down, Israel would lose. And Amalek would prevail, you know, who is the enemy. Same enemy we fighting today. So you have to notice it was two wars or two battles taking place. One in the flesh, a carnal battle out on the battlefield that was being fought between Amalek and Israel. But then there was also a spiritual battle taking place up on the top of the hill with Moses, Aaron, and Hur holding up the rod of iron. Or not the rod of iron, Salakia Akyam, but the rod of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which in the last days we have in the form of these scriptures. So with that being said, I just wanted to say this, you know, we're gonna be tested in these last days, being the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, with many battles. And you know, if you seek out to fight these battles in the flesh, you're gonna lose every time. And we have plenty of examples of that, with all these cats that breaking off from Great Millstone, going off to do their own thing, man. You look at these guys and the doctrines that they're teaching, and you can clearly see that these guys are losing. They're losing the battle against Satan, because, and that's the title of this video, you can't fight Satan on his level. You can't fight the devil on his level. Once you cast off the doctrine of truth, and you see a lot of these guys going off, man, they calling the apostles, the men that went out, hazarded their life to bring them this doctrine, calling them all kind of, you know, calling them out of their names, which that's not a part of the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which they claim to be, and they claim to be pushing the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But what part of the doctrine is that? Calling your teachers bitch ass niggas and hoes and this and that. You know, they're just making Israel look bad, you know. But see, these guys have let down this. They let down that rod. They let down the rod, which is the doctrine that they was given by the men that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai set up. They let it down. And then they resorting to fighting in the flesh. That's why they resort to these name calling and things that Jake do out in the world, man. That's what these young niggas do. Call grown ass men, bitch ass niggas, and this and that. You see that from niggas in the world. So why would we revert to that level? Because, you know, you're not, and then let me grab this, you're not fighting with the weapons that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave you to fight with. Now this is 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 4. It says, For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to the pulling down of strongholds. So, and that's all I wanted to get right there. It said, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Why is that? Because we are not fighting a carnal war. And even within this truth, man, you know, you have Jake that look at their brother sideways or as being wicked. And you looking at things in the flesh. Your brother is not your enemy. Satan is your enemy. So, and then a lot of times we use our own reasoning and our own logic to settle disputes, which is not, what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah said to do, because we tend to let down our rod. And every time you let that rod down, the enemy is going to prevail. So this lesson is just an exhortation, man, to lift up that rod of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Any disputes, battles, discrepancies within the flesh, don't let Satan trick you into thinking that, your fight is against your brother or against men of the Lord. Your fight is against Satan. Satan is the enemy. See, and he plays these tricks like that to get you to fight on his level. And a lot of times these cats think they're doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah while being the complete devil. And this is what Yahweh Shah had to say on that. This is St. Matthew chapter 12. And this is Yahweh Shah, by the way. I'm going to start at verse 26. Get straight to the point, and I'm going to end this right here. But like I say, it's just a quick jab. So this is St. Matthew chapter 12, verse 26. It says, "And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?" So there's no way you can stoop down on Satan's level and claim to be fighting Satan, claim to be doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. When you using Satan's tactics, you fighting in the flesh. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It's a spiritual battle, which we need spiritual weapons. So don't get distracted by the flesh and blood battle that's going on. The real battle is taking place up on the hill in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So keep this lifted up, and in the end you'll prevail. It may seem like you're losing right now. You might be catching the short end of the stick, and that's an art form in itself, man. Taking the L. You have to learn how to take the L in this truth, and in the end, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah would justify you. So with that, brothers, again, Kahalal, Wapaparath, Al Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, the honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to you, brethren, doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah in true faith and sincerity, who's upholding that rod of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Peace and blessings to you, brothers, man, and stay up. Till next time, Shalom.